Tarot. We are doing a live today. I'm doing it vertically because and forward facing because I was struggling to get it horizontal. So we are going vertically today. In a tarot far, far away, my proof copy arrived today with only 2 small mistakes that are going to be easy for me to correct. If you see red lines on the box, it's because I forgot to turn off the guidelines when I was done designing the box. And easy to fix. And the other is a typo in the keyword cards. This is the front, side, back. Boxes from drive-through cards. Open sideways. They're pretty sturdy boxes, and I'm happy with how the box turned out. Okay, let us look at the deck. Oh, also, and while I wait to see if people arrive, I got fresh copies of the Brown Witch Lenny and the Back Pocket Oracle. These decks are also going to be available on the same Kickstarter as in a tarot far, far away. This hasn't been released yet. It will be its first release. I updated the typo on one of the cards, and after I did that, I decided to add keyword cards. So I'm ordering one more proof of this with some keyword cards. When I originally designed it, I put in some extra cards. Instead of extra cards, we're getting keywords to enhance the keywords to go with the court cards. That's what it focuses on, and also on reading multiples of the same number. Like if you pull a spread and you have 3 sevens. So keyword cards for that. Otherwise, everything is unchanged. The back of the card, I designed this floral pattern using diamonds, clubs, hearts, and spades. And I'm really very proud of this background. I'm quite thrilled with it. And some of you might have seen this on my channel before. These cards are playing cards, fully illustrated, and they have keywords around them and dates on them. The aces have yes, no, maybe, coming soon, and the court cards have an astrological designation. So they're also really great for timing, and these are also going to be available for folks on the Kickstarter, along with my other decks. The other thing, and maybe I'll share it at the end of the live. There is also a mystery deck. So maybe I'll share that at the end. I'll go through In a Tarot Far, Far Away. And after that, I'm going to do readings from one of the tarot spreads provided with the Star Wars Tarot. All right, so again, this was the box for the Star Wars Tarot, and I have to have a reprint done of it without the red guidelines on it. The deck comes with a title card, and you can also get a QR code to purchase my other decks. And then there are ID cards. And the ID cards, I will show you some of them as we go through the deck, but they tell you who is on the card and what's going on and where it is. And if you want to know more about the character, that's more than enough information to find all the characters' info on Wikipedia. So Zero, the Fool, Finn, and BB-8 on the shipwrecks of Jakku. And we'll get to this in a minute. So there are several ID cards. And then there is a tarot spread card. So there are 3 spreads that I created to go with this deck that people can also have to enjoy. All right. The big deal part of this. The exciting part of this is the deck in a tarot far, far away. I'm really proud of, I'm really proud of the backs. They were a lot of fun, but let's get to the actual cards. And I'm not going to take a lot of time on each of these cards, because if you want my feelings more in depth, I've done videos over the past month or so talking about each of the cards more in depth. So we have the Fool, Finn, and BB-8 on the shipwrecks of Jakku. The Magician, Witch Mother Atropos on Dathomir. The High Priestess is Pirate Queen Maz Kanata in her Takonda Castle. And you know what? It's just occurring to me that I've put it up this way for some reason, but it would also be wise of me to have the chat open and say hi. Check out the new decks. Readings at the end. Okay. So Maz Kanata is, like I said, at her castle on Takonda. We have Queen Amidala on Naboo. The Emperor slash Darth Sidious. The Emperor is Darth Sidious slash Palpatine, and he blends from one side to the other. I was quite pleased with how well Palpatine's office works for the Emperor card. I really was quite happy with that. His office is a deep maroon. It's quite fitting. All right. Then we have Mace Windu, and Mace is the Hierophant at the Jedi Temple Council Chambers on Coruscant. Whoops, sorry, folks. For the lovers, we have Gelanatai overseeing the wedding of the heirs of Irnok, which is Ziri, and Iram, which is Fawn 2. We also have Sabalba on Tatooine, pod race track as the Chariot. For the 8 strength, we have Bail Organa with Manka Cat on Alderaan. Alderaa's a great setup for this card. It's got mountains, it's got forests, it's got Manka Cats. So there we go. We have 9, the Hermit, and this is Ahsoka in the World Between Worlds. The Wheel of Fortune, we have the Mortis gods represented in here. And then we have 4 different Force beliefs. The Brotherhood of the Beatific Countenance. And that's a Force belief that you mostly see in the core worlds. We have a Tusken Raider representing indigenous beliefs in colonized worlds. We have a Barando Sage representing force-based religions from worlds that ended up aligning with the Republic. Their force users consumed into the Jedi, and non-force-based users allowed to practice what was left of the belief, which often would lead to it dying off. And Mother Talzin representing force-based beliefs that the Jedi deemed as evil. We have Riva for justice in the fortress Inquisitorius on the moon of Nur. We have the Hanged Man, Cassian Andor in Imperial Prison, Narkina 5. This is the card where I most broke with the rules for doing a clone deck, but I think we can tell that it is that it is still the Hanged Man. It's a pretty gray card, so I thought it worked. Plus, I like the representation of imprisonment with the Hanged Man since it falls between justice and death. And Cassian really has like a change in perspective in this moment. Okay, and for death, we have a Purge Trooper on Mon Cala. We have King Lee Char underneath the Purge Trooper. We have Farron Barr over here with his disciple Verla and a child. I switched the positions of Verla and the child because she wouldn't have hid behind a child. So I did that. Okay, then we have Temperance, which is Revan on Tatooine at the Jedi Enclave there. He doesn't have these fabulous red and purple wings. They are from the Temperance card, but he has a red and purple lightsaber, which you see in the cups. That's the energy flowing. I used the red and the purple, and so I just added those because artistic expression. And for the devil, we have Abeloth at Centerpoint Station, which is in the Maw to help, hold her in there. For the tower, we have Venestra Rowe and Keith Trennis at Starlight Beacon. So they didn't actually fall from the sky. These two made it more safely to the ground, but we're recreating the tower card. So there you have it. For the star, we have Ezra Thrawn in the Purgles in the battle over Lothal. So, his foot isn't over the water, and his knee is his foot is over the water, his knee is over the land, much like the star card, but with a planet. And the arms are different. Instead of pouring out water, I think the force energy flowing between them all, I think that works out really well. So that's where I did that. For the moon card, we have the Loth Wolves on Lothal at the Sea of Lothal. For the sun, we have Jana riding an Orbach on Kefbur. When I thought of her, I knew immediately she was going to be the sun card because of her riding the Orbach. It just looks so much like the sun card. It was a great representation. I switched around the light and the dark on here for the judgment card. Leia is the angel, but she watches on in horror as everyone on Alderaan becomes ghosts. So this is how I set this up. This card was a lot of work to get the effect I was looking for, and I'm very happy with it in the end. And then we have the World card. And for the World card, we have clone DNA for the Reese. And we have Boba, Django, Dooku, Sifo Dyas, and Lama Su on Camino. And so blue background still, but there's raindrops against the window. To remind us we're on Camino, and this certainly changed the galaxy, the creation of this clone DNA for the clone army. Then there are 3 extra cards. Whether you want them for art or to use them is up to you. We have the alternate galaxy card with Jedi Bob, Sid, Darth Hammerhead, Darth Jar Jar, Darth Kit Fisto, and Darth Nubs. Joined the Force you have with Yord, and Path to the Dark Side with Osha, where the lightsaber is being bled in her hand. I'm not really sure how well you can see that on camera. Okay, and that wraps up the majors. Then we have the wands. Lightsabers and other similar weapons are in the sword suit, so that you're not reading the cards and confused as to whether you're looking at a sword suit or something else. So I've restricted where lightsabers and similar but non-force weapons are used. So we have wands in the wand suit. And here for the Ace of Wands, we have Ewok Shaman Low Gray on the forest moon of Endor. 2 of Wands, we have Senator Giono on Haz. Oh, we're out of order. There we go. 2 of Wands, we have Senator Giono on Hosnian Prime. We're still out of order. There we go. The 3 of Wands, this is because I've already been through this deck and used it and then put it back in order for everyone tonight. 3 of Wands is Balin Skull and the giant Mortis God mountain statue carving on Peridia. The 4 of Wands is Cut and Sue LeQuain getting married on Selukami. The 5 of Wands is Rex, Wolf, Gregor, Fives, Echo in the training room. I put them in the training room for that whole camaraderie, training, brotherhood feel. I put them in red because everyone in this card is brightly dressed and all their clothes are really bland even after the Clone Wars. And I aged them because it's easier to tell who they are. 6 of Wands. I want to remind folks, as you look at this very dark image for a 6 of Wands, that the 6 of Wands is a card about conquering, colonialism, imperialism. This is supposed to represent the colonization of the Americas. So we have Moff Gideon colonizes Mandalore. The trooper in white looking forward, pointing a gun at you, they stand in for the White Horse. Yeah, so you still have that sense of being looked at and all that. The 7 of Wands is Sharut Imwe on the fallen Jedi statue on Jeddah. I shrank the actual dimensions of the statue to make it work within this card and be able to tell where he is. Artistic license. Okay, for the Eight of Wands, we have Tuscan Gaffy Sticks on Tatooine, because this card can get really boring and I wanted to spice it up. Instead of a river, we have a mirage because Tatooine, although there is some water on Tatooine. Okay, for the Nine of Wands, we have Baze Malbus at the Battle of Scarif on Scarif. For the Ten of Wands, we have Wing on Corvus. Page of Wands is Rose Tico at the Battle of Crate on Crate. The Knight of Wands is Grizz Fricks rides the T-65 X-Wing Starfighter over Gerard 5, which is the excuse for why Fricks isn't in all three of the original trilogies, because he got injured on Gerard 5. But it's okay at that point, not later. For the Queen of Wands, we have Dr. Aphra on Arbiflux, which is a planet she grew up in. The Loth cat is her childhood cat, which is why I went with the orange tabby, because that's what she had, versus a black cat. I really had fun doing this card. Instead of lions on the edges of the throne, we have manga cats. And up here in the traditional Queen of Wands, there are a drawing of like two lions fighting. So we have the skeletal bones of two manga cats fighting. I use saber-tooth cat skeletons as my guide for how to draw a manga cat skeleton. And I did that for that archaeological touch for Dr. Aphra. For the King of Wands, we have Fee Genoa on Pabu. Okay. Then we have Ace of Cups. We have the Living Waters of Mandalore. For the Two of Cups, we have Cinta and Val on Aldani, under the Eye of Aldani, which stands in to replace this celestial being in the sky. Instead, we have a celestial event, which is probably seen as equally spiritual. So I think that fits. Three of Cups. Woo. I adore this card. I can hear the music in my head every time I look at it. This is a few of the modal nodes celebrating leaving Tatooine. In the Four of Cups, May offers Osha a cup under the Bunta tree on Brendock. Man, when a yellow tree showed up in Star Wars with a pouty person underneath who couldn't see all the wonderful things around them and offered to them, I was like, perfect, bless. I was really trying to figure out what I was going to do for the Four of Cups. When this episode aired, I sat with it for a bit, but perfect in my mind. One of my faves, we have Vader cries over spilled milk on Naboo, because of course milk on in the Star Wars galaxy is blue. So Vader cries over spilled milk on Naboo. For the we're at the 6. For the 6 of Cups, we have Kai in Liss at the Jedi Temple on Tinu. For both the 6 and the 10 of Cups, I have opted to go with Young Jedi Adventures, because it fits the innocence of the two cards. Okay, Seven of Cups. We have Lando and L3, and Lando is facing the reader, the querent, the person looking at the cards, because it's a fan deck. We want to know that it's Lando. So there we go. For the Eight of Cups, we have Caleb Dune on journey to become Kanan Jarrus, Keller during Order 66. So this is my Order 66 card, and this just works so well with the Eight of Cups. I took the views we had of the waterfall and the upper portion of the waterfall on Keller that Kanan jumps the cliffs of, and I blended it with the lower part of the waterfall that we see in the Eight of Cups, and blended the two sceneries together, since we don't really know what the bottom part of the waterfall looks like on Keller. Next, we have the Nine of Cups, Dexter Jester, at Dex's Diner on Coruscant. Fits lovely, I think. Ten of Cups, we have the Durango family, Chris, Sally, and Nash's little robot on Tinu. The little robot. The right finger? Yeah. Okay. Then for the Page of Cups, we have Jar Jar Binks on Naboo, and I was inspired to use Jar Jar by the Page's head wrap, and using Jar Jar's ears to complete that. I switched out the frog, I switched out the fish for a frog. The Knight of Cups, we have Hera Syndulla riding the Phantom One on Gorse, which is where she meets and falls in love with Kanan. For the Queen of Cups, we have Din Djarin and Grogu at the... Oh, we must have missed a card. We did. We have Grogu and Din Djarin at the Covert Enclave, and for Throne, I used a pilot seat for Din Djarin, and it was a great way to put in Grogu as well. And for the King of Cups, we have Chimere the Stranger on Bel Demnek, probably. Pretty sure it's Bel Demnek. Anyone excited for Kurtosis and Plagueis is pretty sure it's Bel Demnek. All right. Ace of Swords. So for the Ace of Swords, we have Yoda on Dagobah, and I really like how it turned out. It looks even better in person than it does on camera. Can I get it closer? Does it make it any better? In person, you can see the difference between the layers of hidden in the mist. Two of Swords, we have Second Sister Suri on Nur, and like I said in the longer videos about how I chose the cards, this card and the Eight of Swords are artistic expression, postcard view up close, and then also seeing the landmark in the back, so we know where we are, because there's no other landmarks on Naboo. I mean, there's no other landmarks on Nur, other than the Fortress Inquisitorius. So what I call a postcard view. Droid Heart. I invented a droid heart in order to be able to do the Three of Swords. And the sabers we have in our Three of Swords are Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka, who have killed plenty of droids during the course of the Clone Wars. Okay, Four of Swords. This is a temple guardian at the Lost Temple on Lothal. And I'm really happy with this recreation. I'm really happy with it. So I wanted everyone to see it. All right. I've pulled out a number of swords cards because in general I'm really happy with the swords cards. This is V. Marathi infiltrates an Imperial port. I added the container crate because it just gives us more context as to whose side everyone is in, and it looks better in my opinion. Then we have the Six of Swords, Refuge on Pabo, and we have Hunter, Wrecker, and Omega in this boat heading to the shores of Pabu. Seven of Swords, we have Chairman, Barcona, and I have him shown stealing from a military base on Aldani. We don't know if he actually did this. We can assume so as a deserter. We know he stole credits, but we're dealing with weapons. Money is weapons, but metaphorically weapons. And so these are this corner. Nope, this side. These are brightly colored military tents, but in other realities, military bases. The Eight of Swords is Barris Ophi dons the helmet on Nur. I think this card came out really gorgeous. The lightsabers make the swords beautiful, even in dark ways, I think, in my opinion. But I am the creator. Okay, Nine of Swords, Bodhi Rook has nightmares of Bor Gullet on Jeddah. There are 9 tentacles, and there are also 9 bars. Jail cell bars are absolutely a weapon, as are Bor Gullet's tentacles. The Ten of Swords, we have Maul's final death on Tatooine, and for the sabers in his back, I chose 10 sabers he has battled. And we are starting from, yes, this side. So starting from this side, we have Sidious, Kanan, Anakin, Grievous, Windu, Asajj, Pre Vizsla, because when Maul fought the Darksaber, it was with Pre Vizsla. Windu, I already did Windu and Asajj, Pre Vizsla, Kenobi, Reva, and Ahsoka. Proud of that card. The Page of Swords is Sabine Wren, near Castle Cries on Kalevala. That's the castle off in the background. Sabine realizes that just because she has a saber, the dark saber, doesn't mean she's a leader. Just because she's learned to use the Darksaber doesn't mean she's a leader, so she gives it to Bo-Katan. And so that exchange is represented in the hesitation of the Page of Swords. You should totally get a lightsaber just because I have some cheap ones. One day I want one of those really expensive ones. I really do. For the Knight of Swords, we have Emphas Nest on a swoop bike. I love Emphas Nest. I think she's pretty fabulous. And the red banner on the swoop bike and the feather motif on her outfit made her think, hey, I can use Emphas Nest for the Knight of Swords. For the Queen of Swords, we have Asajj Ventress on Pentora, where she finds love and heartbreak, which is exactly where we want to see our Queen of Swords. Yeah, you can ask a question, Raymond. If you're asking a question, read in regards to a reading. I'm going to do readings soon, but I'm not just doing any readings. I am doing readings using the Jedi Alignment Spread from this new deck here. So that's what we're doing. Okay. Queen of Swords, King of Swords, we have Saw Gerrera on Onderon, which is his birth planet. Yeah, that's not the kind of question I'm doing right now, Raymond. You know what? Stick around, Raymond, because maybe I will do it. If there's not many people here, I might do it. But I will first give a chance to people who want what's being offered. So this is Saw's home planet, but this is him shown in his later stages. And if you follow my channel, you know I'm an indigenous anarchist, so I love Saw Gerrera. And we are on to the coins. So if you're late joining, the deck also includes these ID cards, which tells you who is in the deck and where the card is taking place, so that if you don't know all the characters, you can find out more about them. And also, it's an RWS clone, so you can read the deck even if you aren't as big a Star Wars nerd as I am. Okay, so for the Ace of Coins, we have 3 CPO on Naboo. And since this card can also speak to marriage, I thought the location of Anakin and Padme's wedding was appropriate. Okay, we have the Bendu holding a Sith and a Jedi holocron on Antolin. For the 3 of Coins, we have Jarek Yeager with Kaz and Tam in Yeager's shop. And so fitting this all together and being able to recreate the scene in Star Wars, I was really proud of. I kept looking for 3-engine ships that would feasibly be in Yeager's shop, and was in a triangle configuration. It was coming up short. So I looked at 5-engine ships who would feasibly be in Yeager's shop, and Yeager's ship is a 5-engine ship, and 3 in the center are in a triangle. I was really happy with how that worked out. For the 4 of Coins, we have Newt Gunray on Cato Nemoidia, and I think makes sense to anybody who knows Star Wars. 5 of Coins, we have Cal and Elia of Tahir escaping Kylo Ren. This is from the Resistance show, and that is a Sith temple instead of a Jedi temple. Okay, for the 6 of Coins, we have Arihinda Price ranking and a minor on Lothal. For the 7 of Coins, we have Jawas working a sandcrawler on Tatooine. I really enjoyed doing this card and finding a way to put Jawas into the deck, which I believed had to be in the coin suit, because man, these people don't stop working. Work ethic, no play ethic. Dry throat. For the 8 of coins, we have the Mandalorian armorer at the Covert Enclave. The 9 of coins, we have Mama Hut on Nal Hutta, and she is considered the most beautiful of all the huts. So I felt justified using her in the 9 of coins. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. 10 of coins. The way Mon Mothma's apartments line up so amazingly with the architecture of the 10 of coins, I was so happy. I was so happy. I kept thinking back to, how to fund the rebellion, Mon is willing to let her daughter get betrothed in traditional ways. And very 10 of coins, very in a dark way, and I like it. A dark way, but with like light side character. Okay, for the page of coins, we have SE2 or Essie on who is the Urso family agricultural labor droid on Lamu. The Knight of Coins is Hondo Onaka riding the Freedom and Glory on Florum, which is where he has his pirate base. The Queen of Coins is Fennec Shand at the Northeast Oasis on Tatooine. We haven't seen her there, but there's enough money. I gotta believe she's gonna go. And for the King of Coins, we have Chewbacca on Kashyyyk. This card took a lot of effort, a lot of work. I'm so proud of this card. I really, really am. All right. So, like I said, there's also a spread card where there are 3 spreads in here. And I'm going to be doing the Force alignment spread for folks to see whether you're aligned with the light or the dark side of the Force today. A little energy check-in. Let me know you want a Jedi reading, and I will do one for you. And while I wait to see if anybody wants a Jedi reading, Raymond, you can also let me know if you still want to look at reconciliation. I will do that love reading for you. Just let me know you're still here. Okay. So it shuffles amazingly. The reason there's no bridging is I'm old, I have arthritis, and I cannot bridge a deck. All right, Robin, we will totally do a Jedi reading for you. So folks, let me know you want a Jedi reading. And we will do one for you. Okay. So for the Jedi reading, we draw 2 cards and we put them in numerological order for the light and the dark side. So 7 and below, Robin, you will be on the dark side. If we pull a 10 or higher, you will be on the light side. So now we pull the card to see where you're at and where you sit in this. So where is Robin? My son was disappointed he was on the light side and not the dark side today. Page of Cups, which reads as an 11. Robin, you are sitting on the light side today. You are aligned with the Jedi side of the Force, bringing your emotions forward in beautiful and vulnerable ways, even in dark times. So you are on the light side of the Force today, Robin. I'm not surprised. I'm not. If anybody else wants a Jedi reading for some fun, let me know. And we will do that. But there's also one more surprise that I'm only going to a little bit show you. There's going to be a mystery deck available during the Kickstarter for a reduced price. It will be full price after the Kickstarter when people can order it knowing what's in it, what do the cards look like. But for now, if you're willing to order on a sneak peek alone, I have also created you know, you were only one step above. I can feel that, especially with the Ten of Swords being the deciding factor. You're on the light side of, you know, the Force. Did I already throw it back in? You're on the light side of the Force, Robin. If you manage to go out into the current world around you and not kill anybody with your lightsabers, then you are doing good. No murder, you are good. You've done better than Anakin. Hey Darth Revan, we are doing Jedi readings. So that's what we are here for today. I will give you a Jedi reading. Oh, but first, the surprise deck is going to be called Fortune Teller's Alley. I'm only showing you the backs. These are going to be the backs of the cards, and they are fortune telling cards for when you get that person who wants a general reading and just can't come up with an answer. You pull one of these for the theme, and then some tarot or Lenormand or playing cards. You're welcome, Robin, for your details. Okay, Darth Revan. Wouldn't it be funny if we got the Revan card for you? Well, let's see where your Force alignment is today. Oh, we've got 13, 5, and 13. You have to score a pretty high number to be on the light side of the Force today. 5s and belows will put you on the dark side. Oh, you've been training in the martial arts. Pretty nice. Okay, so you pulled a 10. Man, it's brutal out there for people today. So you're not sitting on the light side of the Force, but you also aren't on the dark side. You're with most of us regular human beings today, just trying to get over the struggle or, you know, get past your martial arts training and survive another day. Everyone is struggling. And not die. Don't die. So, you know, you're making it through the day. You're making it through the struggles. And jokes aside, this is a card about transformation. And we're not all ready to have a transformative day every day. It's okay to be in the regular human being section of life out there. I'm going to just sort through the deck quickly, and Revan does make an appearance in this deck, and I will put it in here. Is there anybody else who would like the fun of a Jedi training, a Jedi alignment reading today? Living the dream. Yeah, we all got the dream going on around us. Everybody's got such, you know, amazing, loving, and caring politicians looking out for their well-being. That we're all doing fabulous. So, Darth Revan is, well, actually, it's a Jedi Revan, a redeemed Revan, is our temperance and that flow between the light and the dark side of the Force. And being in the middle is sometimes just a very human place to be. All right. So, my throat is getting really dry, and I am super ready to break into the weed I picked up from the cannabis store. you met Boba Fett. Boba's in here too with Jango Fett. I managed to get a lot of people into this deck. It's really quite impressive. Oh, and I have one more thing to show everyone. I do, somewhere. Oh, hang on. Also arrived today is a t-shirt that I made for myself from the Skeleton Crew, and it's Wim's dad, and it says level 7 systems coordinator. So all the power for the nerds out there. I am going to let people go, and I am really excited to do readings for people at work tomorrow with these decks. I probably won't have the fun of doing Jedi Alignment readings for my hotline clients. So I'm glad I got to do them for Robin and Revan. That was pretty awesome. I will talk to you all later, folks. Have a great night or day, depending on your time zone.